Tilting my head to the side, I give him his last silent warning before I follow up on my previous threat. He nods and seals his lips shut, a smart decision for the both of us. "Cause," I say, and dismiss myself from the circle, heading to the players' bench, where my assistant coaches are standing. Cause takes over, choosing 2 of the lines to start on the ice. One of my assistants walks out to the center with a puck to start the play. Jensen Donnelly has one hell of a smart mouth. To be honest, he reminds me of myself when I used to play. That's why I let him get away with more than he probably should. I also know he uses that sharp tongue to make his team laugh and to keep the energy going. He's a smart kid, and he knows that talking about my sex life is 100% out of line. But that doesn't mean that his suggestion was completely wrong. I do have a lot of pent-up anger, among other pent-up emotions, and I do need to find an outlet. My emotions aside, I'm making this practice harder for a reason. We are on day 4 of a 6-day game break. This has been their longest stretch of the season, and I don't want them to relax into that off period. I know how much of a blessing and a curse long breaks like this can be. In the end, they will thank me that their legs didn't rest as much as they wanted them to. Goosebumps rise over my arms, and I know that Koss's line is about to score. There's something magical that happens when you know that's coming. I don't know exactly how someone detects it, but the passes start flying perfectly, the flow of the game between those players is perfect in that exact moment, and it allows for them to put the puck in the net. Koss misleads a defenseman with a fake shot, and instead of shooting, he flings the puck backward to Bernsey, then skates out of the way. The defender follows Koss, leaving a wide-open lane for Bernsey to shoot. That is the biggest mistake that line could have done, letting Brett Burns have an undefended lane. They pay for that mistake because not a second later the puck flies into the back of the net from Brett's powerhouse shot. They celebrate and reset in the center. That's a good play and exactly what I wanted to see before tonight's practice comes to an end. My assistant drops the puck. Laura Young and Charlotte Winters, 2 of our social media staff, set up the camera and a phone to ask the guys questions and get some photos as they walk back to the locker room after practice. Occasionally, I let them sucker me into their funny questions, because they are always a fan favorite on our team's social media pages. It's incredible the role that social media plays in today's game. There was definitely social media when I played in the NHL, but it wasn't to the level that it is today. Personally, I have a love-hate relationship with it altogether. I think it's a cool thing to have to communicate with people you don't get to see often in person. On the other hand, it is how I found out my ex-wife was already exclusively dating another man, even though I just signed the divorce papers today.